Hey everybody, I'm David, and today I would like to talk to you about the importance of going to see live music from two different perspectives. One, as a fan, going to see like your favorite artist or band, and then second, as a musician. If you play an instrument and you would like to take that a little more seriously, or even if you're just doing it as a hobby, this is going to be some tips of how you can use live music to help you improve as a musician. So I literally just got back from going to go see one of my favorite artists with my brother. We went to go see John Foreman, who is the lead singer of Switchfoot. I love Switchfoot. I love the messages they bring forth in their music, which a lot of that is attributed to John Foreman, who is the songwriter, and he puts a lot of thought-provoking messages throughout his music. So if you haven't heard any of his stuff is free on Spotify right now. You can also, I think, listen to it on iTunes Music, so definitely check that out. I highly recommend it. And I took lots of video clips from the concert tonight, so I'm just going to drop those in throughout this video to kind of support the things that I'm going to talk to you about tonight. So first, let's talk about live shows as a fan. So let's say your favorite artist is coming to town. Why is it important that you go out and see them versus just staying at home listening to their CD or listening to their album on Spotify or some other streaming service? First of all, when you go to see live music, you don't usually go by yourself. I mean, sometimes you might, but usually you'll take someone with you. So you are using this as an opportunity to further your relationship with a friend. If you have someone interested in that you'd like to take on a date, there's that. A family member, just someone that you want to experience this with, so it's a shared experience. And not only are you sharing that experience with that person that you're with, but also with this huge audience of people who also love this particular band or this artist. So you could also use that as a cool opportunity to meet people, even if you're a shy kind of person. I'm typically kind of a shy type of person, but we struck up a conversation with some people who are just around us since we had the music in common. So we talked about John Foreman, we talked about Switchfoot, we talked about other common interests. So it's just a really good conversation starter with people who have a similar interest. So just tacking onto that live music experience, when you get into the venue and your artist comes on stage, that automatically takes up your perspective of the artist. They are a real person. You get to see some of their personality come out on stage versus just hearing it in the music or watching it on an interview. An interaction develops there where you are, it's almost like you're building a relationship with the artist on the stage. They're going to talk and they're going to give you some information about the songs that you wouldn't otherwise know, which is really, really cool.
It's a song about the brevity of our time here on the planet, and just a little bit of explanation. I feel like the end should have a profound effect on the way we treat each other while we're here, and the idea that this is an incredible gift to be alive, to be breathing, to be singing these songs, right? So with that in mind, this is a song called Terminal.
I love learning the stories of behind songs and what inspired them and what inspires them as artists and as people, and how they develop that into their music. I think that's a really cool concept, and I try to do that myself as an artist. And then you get to interact with them throughout the music. They make you a part of the show. John did this really cool thing tonight where he asked everyone to write down their song requests on a piece of paper and pass them forward through the audience so that they reach the stage, and he would read through them every couple songs and then actually play their requests, which is really bold and interesting because you never know what was going to show up on those pieces of paper. Somebody wrote their song request on a cup. I thought that was pretty funny, and I was looking for paper myself, but I actually didn't have any on me, which is kind of a bummer. And then for every single song, there were parts where he tried to get people to interact with him, and so we were all part of that music experience. We were all helping to create the music, and it felt so amazing. As a musician myself, I love that engagement with everyone.
I've heard you earlier this evening, so I know what to expect. Let's do it again. Oh, 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 oh. That's really strong. Okay.
Time is all these things and work, but time is now. Oh, oh, oh. Time is now. Oh, oh, oh. Let me sing before our time runs out.
And then the last reason I would say is a good reason to go see a live show is to support the artist. A lot of people actually don't know this, but one of the main resources for making money now as a musician is through touring and merchandise. It's not streaming, it's not CD sales, it's all about the live tour experience. So you go to a show, you pay for your ticket, a big portion of that usually goes to the artist, and then you also buy merchandise. Like I bought John's 4 EPs tonight from his last release. He released these last year. He's working on a new set of new 4. Let's try that again. He's working on a set of 4 new EPs, and these were the last ones that I actually didn't have. So I'm glad I got these. I'm probably going to put them in the back somewhere in a picture frame or something. But I was happy to know that this money is going directly to John. That doesn't have to go through some sort of streaming service or through a record company or anything like that. This money goes directly to him to support the rest of his tour and all of his financial burdens. So this is an excellent way of supporting your favorite artists and making sure that they continue to get paid for what they love to do and what they love to share with us, which is their music. Now let's switch gears and talk about why it's so important for you as a musician to go to live shows and check out what these other artists are doing. First and foremost, whether you are a hobbyist or looking into doing music more professionally, this is extremely important that you go and see how other artists are performing on stage, their stage presence, how they're interacting with the audience. You will learn so much by going to a live concert. But you're probably saying, David, I'm not planning on performing on stage anytime soon. Why do I need to learn about this? Well, I would actually encourage you to go and perform on some level as soon as possible, because as a musician, you learn so much from performing live, and that can be at like some sort of recital or an open mic night, or even playing on the street. I am a huge fan of busking. That's where you just take your musical instrument or your voice or your guitar and you go and stand on a street corner and you just sing. Now, I highly recommend that you first make sure that's legal in your city, in your local area, because it's not everywhere. So check out your city ordinances, do a Google search, and just see if it's legal in your area. But that is a great experience for a couple different reasons that I'll probably talk about in another video. But just when you know that you're going to be performing live for people, it gets you in such a great mindset to practice, to memorize your music, to work on how you interact with people. Because when you are playing out on the street, you don't know if anybody's going to stop, and that's really great thing that nobody has to stop to listen to you. But when they do stop to listen to you, you build a connection with that person who is taking a moment out of their day to just see what you have to say musically. And it's just likewise when you go to a live show, you're going to listen to this artist and see what they have to say musically. So going to see how other artists approach that and how they build that interaction with people is gold. Like just seeing how comfortable they are on stage, how they present themselves while they're performing, during the songs, while they're switching to the next song on their set. All that stuff is very, very good information. Another awesome reason to go as a musician is you get to see how they are performing musically, like where their talent level is. And then you can actually quickly learn something, which I've read in a couple different books and speaking with people. When you perform live for people, it's not so much about how awesome you are at your instrument. People go to a show to see a show and to be entertained. And so you get to see how the artist is doing that on stage, because not all musicians, even if they're amazingly talented, do a good job of actually entertaining people. And that's what your job is when you're on stage. It's one is to convey the message that you want to musically, but second is to give those people a show.
So I want to play a song that we've never actually played ever. How's that? You guys are like, I like the ones you practiced a lot. This one, I want to do something different. I want to do it in an arrangement. We've never done it because we practiced it. That feels like it's too much. So I feel like let's do it around one microphone. It's gonna be real good. Okay, feel good about it. Texas, you feel good about it. Yeah. I like that guy. I don't know who you are in the darkness, but I like you.
Remember what John was saying about snapping?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. This is crucial.
And so you can see how the artist is doing that, what they're doing on the stage, if they're owning it or not by walking around, making eye contact with people. If it looks like they're having fun, then they have good stage presence. If it looks like they're really scared and kind of just like standing there at the microphone with huge eyes and not making any eye contact with people, they're not doing a great job. And that is so important to notice how they are coming across on the stage. And I'm sure you've seen it before, but when you record yourself at a live performance, you can see where you're at on that scale. Are you scared, like a deer in the headlights kind of person? Or are you having fun? Are you comfortable on the stage? Are you making eye contact with people? That's something that I'm still working on a lot. Even studying music in college, they try to teach you that. I'm still learning a lot about good stage presence and making that connection with the audience. And the last reason it's good to go to a live show as a musician and as a fan, it kind of ties the two together, is you have an opportunity to speak with these artists. Usually they'll hang out after the show, they'll go to their merch booth, or they'll just be tearing down at the stage, and you have a chance to ask them any music questions that you want. In fact, that's one of my favorite things about performing live, is that fans will come up to me and actually ask me their questions after the show. And I love talking to people. That's one of my favorite things to do afterwards, is just chat with people about their music questions, or if they have questions about me personally, that's totally fine too. I like to ask them questions about their life and how they got involved with the music, or how they found out about my shows and all that. And so that's one of the best parts as a musician, is you get to interact with the people who are listening to you face to face. It's not just on the stage. You get to actually talk to them. So take those opportunities to speak with your favorite artist. It's just an amazing thing to talk to an artist that you respect and that you admire, because then you can find out more about their process, where they get ideas and inspiration for songs. There's nothing better than finding out that stuff face to face. So that's it. I just wanted to share that with you guys. I hope you go and check out many live shows, whatever styles of music you like. See if there's any artists performing in your area. Go check them out. And then if you have the opportunity to perform, please go do that as well. It could be, like I said, an open mic, performing on a street side somewhere if it's legal, going to some sort of recital thing if you have an opportunity to perform. Just take those chances, and it'll make you a better musician. So now I want to hear from you guys. What are some live shows that you have seen in your area, and what made them awesome or not so awesome? Leave a comment down below to let me know. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe if you have not already. I'm trying to do 3 videos a week now. Tutorials on Monday for Ocarina and music theory, vlogs on Wednesdays, and then also new music videos on Fridays. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on Friday's video.
2 more hours? Alright, at least. I mean, I'll do this all night. This is just what I do. It's,